It's Wine Wednesday, honey. I'm having some Prosecco today, and let me tell you, it is going to be a doozy today. I've got a lot to whine about. This is all about these proms. It's Prom 2026, honey. Let's get into it. Happy Wine Wednesday, everybody. It's that time of year. The school year is coming to an end, and it is prom season. And every year, these proms get crazier and crazier. But I honestly feel like this year, it just is the end all to be all. It has been some of the stuff that I am seeing, some of the outfits, some of the outrageousness is just, what type of message are we sending to our youth? That I really believe this whole thing, a lot of this is the parents. I know the kids want what they see their friends doing. It's like, oh, I'm going to outdo this one. Or the parents are like, I'm going to outdo this one. But this is something that has become a part of Black culture. It just is what it is. You don't see a lot of the other races doing this. It is something that has become a part of the culture. And it's not very, I don't even know the word. It's just not very flattering. It's very ghetto. It's very ridiculous. It's a lot of buffoonery. It's just, the shenanigans are just like off the chart. From camels, helicopters. What was it last year? That woman spent $20,000 on her daughter's prom, and then she's like, well, I have the money to do it. No one is telling you not to do it if this is your child and you have the money to do it. What we're saying is you're sending out the wrong message, because there's someone who's going to see this young lady and say to their parents, I want this. Or a parent's going to say, well, I'm going to do this for my daughter. If I have to get a loan, if I have to get this, I'm going to do this for my son. Bentleys, helicopters, Ferraris. I mean, and the thing of it is, they don't have these cars. They don't own these cars. They're renting cars that they don't even have. It's just ridiculous. There was a young lady who actually got a scholarship. She got a scholarship. I believe it was a full scholarship. And she takes her pictures and she's posing with some certain objects, and she lost everything. She lost her scholarship, everything, because she's posing with these items. And it's like, who thought that this was cute, and who thought that this was appropriate? Who thinks it's appropriate to have $200,000 in cash money, so that you can put it on your head and you can, hey, ooh, look at me. What kind of message are you sending? It is absolutely ridiculous. There was a young man who was actually unalived after he was robbed. See, this is what I'm saying. This ghetto ass mentality has got to stop. This thug life, hey, look at me, look what I have. Ooh, look at my baby. Ooh, that's my baby. Yes, and now your baby is gone. Your baby is gone. I don't get it. I don't get it from these young ladies wearing these crazy ass dresses where they're half naked. It's not appropriate. And then they're mad because the school is telling them that they can't participate. What makes you think you can go somewhere, everything hanging out, see-through sheer, and that is appropriate? When is that appropriate? My son went to prom 9 years ago. This is what he wore. This is what he and his date wore. We rented a tux. She got her dress. I don't know where she got her dress from. I prepared some of the food. We had friends. We had it in the backyard. We had the step and repeat. We took pictures. We rented them an Uber. We rented them a nice car. It was a BMW. Well, I wasn't trying to rent them nothing that I didn't have. At that time, I had a Mercedes at the time. But I wasn't going to try to rent him a Bentley when I didn't own one, or a Rolls Royce when I didn't own one. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the mentality that is ridiculous. And this young man who was unalived, he has a GoFundMe. His parents have a GoFundMe because he was actually unalived because he was robbed. And now there's a GoFundMe to pay for his funeral. So go figure. Go figure. This has got to stop. And they still talk about, other cultures do it, sweet 16, bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, kinsey. But this is a rite of passage, and maybe you feel like this is a rite of passage for your child as well. But when it gets to this ridiculousness with all of this who rents a helicopter for a prom?
About this prom helicopter stunt. Some say no one was harmed, so what's the problem? Others, including city leaders, insisting that the park director crossed the line for a photo op for her daughter. A photo shoot, at least the deposit we now know was charged with a credit card that taxpayers pay for. Less than a week after this helicopter landed at the Markham Park, catching many by surprise, this prom stunt for the park director's daughter is now political. Here's what Quintina Brown told officers.
I got it okay through the park, but I didn't just, what's going on with the city.
Yet city leaders never authorized the landing in the public park where children were playing.
Did they say you can land a helicopter?
I have the landing permission, I can bring it over.
The pilot had a notice signed by the park director herself. The company later handed over this invoice to the city attorney. The receipt raises much bigger questions. The bill was for a minimum of $800 for an hour. At the bottom, there's a credit card number linked to Brown. She named Markham Parks as the company and even used the address of the field house and provided her signature on a taxpayer-funded credit card.
The plot thickens, as they say.
The city attorney says there's no way Brown accidentally entered all that information. In fact, he spoke to the helicopter company.
They told me that the deposit was charged to the card, and they have not been successful in getting the remaining $800 off the card for whatever reason.
Using the Park District credit card either to pay or hold the reservation is why Markham's mayor says residents should be concerned.
Why wouldn't somebody question that?
In fact, the city started questioning spending at the Park District and its board in the fall of 2025.
How are you, Ms. Brown?
CBS Chicago reported when Brown was first caught on body cam getting served with an injunction. Leaders allege Brown and the park board were not paying bills and left most parks with broken equipment and deplorable conditions.
One young lady had her prom, it looked like a wedding. It was all white, looked like she had on a white gown. What are you gonna do when she gets married? You're gonna take out a loan for that too, to make her wedding better than her prom was? Come on, we have to get it together. You have the money, fine. There's one I saw where they were like, oh, I can be on Section 8 and have a fabulous prom. Where's this money coming from? Who gave, I would love to know where this young man got to. I don't have $200,000 cash to just withdraw and put it up on my head or spread it all out or spread it all into my arm and all of that. Stop with that ghetto ass shit, because that's exactly what it is. Ghetto ass shit. You're gonna look up these kids, they don't have a life insurance, they don't have a college fund. Things are rough out here in these streets, and these people need to prepare for their children's future. I understand wanting to have them, there's nothing to send them off. You see other cultures, you see other people, they have a nice prom, they have a nice dress, they're having a good time. It's all about having fun. But this has become a competition. It's a competition to see who can outdo the next. And it has gotten to be absolutely ridiculous. And I just pray that maybe these people will learn from this. I really don't know what to say. I just know that I had to whine about this because has been on my mind all week, and I was waiting for today when I heard about the young man who was unalived, and I thought, wow, over his prom. That should be one of the best nights of his life. I see the young ladies, and people can say what they want to say. These girls, they're pregnant. Here's one where they put the baby in the little suit to match them, and they're like, oh, our baby's coming to prom with us. I'm not a prude. I'm not. Hey, they're doing it and doing it younger and younger and younger. And these young girls are getting pregnant, and it is what it is. I'm going to say this, and I've never talked about this before, but my mom had me at 17 years old. But guess what? Back when she was coming up, she went to night school, she got her diploma, and she went on to become a successful individual. There is people, it happens. Here I am. But my mother went to night school because that was something not to be bragging about, to be 7-8 months pregnant, belly hanging on out with a bodycon gown on, talking about, oh, hey, I'm at prom and I'm pregnant. That was not something to be proud of. Of course, you want to have the baby. That's fantastic. You raise the baby, you and the dad, you raise the baby together. Nothing wrong with that. You know what? Have a party, have your graduation party after the baby's born, or have another party. But I don't like to see girls pregnant going to prom. I think it's tacky. I think it sends the wrong message that it's okay to be pregnant at your prom. It's not. I'm sorry. It's just not. Because most of those young girls who are pregnant going to prom are under 18. They're too young, and they shouldn't be pregnant going to prom or walking across the stage and getting their diploma. It's just, I don't like it, and I don't care what people think. You can have your own opinions. This is mine, and I'm going to stick to my opinion, and I'm going to say what I want to say, because I just think it's getting tackier and tackier, and we're accepting something in a culture that should not be accepted. There should be, all of this is just ridiculous. Half of these people cannot pay their rent or cannot afford the things, the necessities of life for one night so that they can show out and show people, oh, look what I did for my baby. Look what I did for my son. Look what I did for my daughter. Oh, my baby has the best. Ooh, my baby's in a Bentley. Ooh, my baby's in a Ferrari. Ooh, my baby is in a Porsche. Whatever. A Lamborghini. Whatever. You're renting cars that you don't even own. It is absolutely absurd. So this is my Wine Wednesday. I'm gonna get up off of here and finish my Prosecco. I hope you guys are doing well, and tell me what you think. Is this getting out of hand? And what do we as a people need to do to bring these young men and women up, to let them know that this is not important. This is not what's important. What's important is living, getting good grades, going to college, learning a skill so that you can take care of yourself in the future. Because if you keep doing this, you're going to be out on those streets. And you're going to look back and say, wow, where did all the money go? And why was I so foolish? You know? So anyway, cheers. Happy Wine Wednesday. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me whine today, because I have been keeping this on. This has been eating at me all week long. And I just want better for the next generations and generations to come. If this is the norm, this is not good. This really isn't good. So tell me what you think in the comments. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.